Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from the United States. This is my last night here. I think I was lucky to get into the country, and I think I'm going to be lucky to get back home to Japan. But I have a quick video for you, and I think you're going to like it. This is about Ripple, to start off, that took out an advertisement in the morning edition of the Nihon Keizai Shimbun. This is a newspaper in Japan that is very much like the Wall Street Journal. And on March 4th, they being Ripple, featured an interview style article with Ripple employee Emi Yoshikawa. It introduced a wide range of topics, including blockchain, RippleNet, XRP, and of course, on-demand liquidity and Spring. So why did this occur? Why would Ripple take out an advertisement like this? Well, let me tell you what I know. Here is what the ad looked like, and you can see that it is spanning across the bottom of the page, left to right, about a quarter of the way up. It has a very high quality readership, this newspaper does, and Emmy, who is a great communicator, was perfect to bring more awareness to Ripple, the company, and of course XRP, the digital asset, and how it is utilized. You know, Emmy is just a rock star. When I saw her at the XRP meetup in Tokyo, people would just break out into applause at just the mention of her name. So I want to tell you that she was scheduled to be here, not here because I'm still in the US. She was scheduled to be in Tokyo the first week in March for a very important blockchain global conference. It was originally scheduled, but it has since been postponed, and that is due to the global challenge, which will go unnamed right now. But I think all of you know of this, what we might call black swan event. So when I took a look at the topics of discussion for March, there was one that was called interoperability. So I'm pretty sure this was the topic that Emmy was going to talk about. Now, the details for the new dates, which will occur in April 21st and 22nd, I believe, it has not yet been announced, but when it does, I'll be sure to bring you all up to date on that. The sponsors I think you're going to find interesting. They are R3 at the SBI group, Nomura. Nomura is a very big trading company that was actually the first job Mr. Kitao, the CEO of Ripple, or CEO of SBI, worked for when he first got out of college. And then you have the Sumitomo Bank and, of course, KPMG there on the bottom. They are the platinum sponsors. And when we come down, you can see that the gold sponsor is Ripple all by themselves there. Okay. Leonidas on XRP Arcade, he does a great job at keeping us all up to date on the events and who is speaking at them. I will tell you that March is a very busy month for the Ripple employees. So not only Emmy is scheduled to was scheduled to speak, but Brad Garlinghouse, Marjan Delatine, Warren Paul Anderson, Brianne Madigan, Naveen Gupta, and others are very busy. And I think it is safe to say, and I'll tell you why, that the roadshow has begun. And I will tell you, I come up with that conclusion because if you remember, about a month ago, I introduced this website called Equity Zen, and I did so because I wanted you to follow the pre-IPO shares of Ripple. And I hope that you, or many of you, registered as I did. Now, I cannot share, due to confidentiality, the details that include the share price, the valuation, and the minimum set block that was available for purchase. But I can tell you that the deadline to make that purchase has been passed. So you can see here that there is now a wait list. So Unfortunately, well, or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it, I think it's very good that the fund that was created has been, and here, this is where it's important, has been fully committed. So now, this is where the unfortunate come. If you're still interested, well, you have to join a wait list. And you are recommended to reserve your spot in this wait list by signing a term sheet. So this is a series number that will be assigned to you at closing. I don't know what the chances are to still make a purchase. You'll just have to go on your own to see if that wait list gives you the opportunity, should you be interested. But I can tell you that based on this fund that was fully committed, Ripple is on their way. Now, are they going to stay on schedule? I don't think anybody knows that. But what I can tell you is that the IPO is coming. So, last and not least with today's video, I want to talk about something that is also very, very good. So, a wonderful development has occurred in India. Ripple has made deep tracks with the RippleNet technology in India, and we have a decision by India's Supreme Court to fill this uncertainty with some clarity in regards to lifting the central bank ban on cryptocurrency trading. And this could soon change the use of XRP in cross-border remittances. This is the first step to embrace crypto assets, so I'm feeling very optimistic for this change. Okay, everybody, we are jumping quickly to the fluff. So I've been in the United States now for just a week, and it was really wonderful to take a road trip with my dad. He's doing great, and we saw some really superb sights. And one of the highlights for me yesterday was the dramatic beauty of Zion National Park in Utah. It was a wow. I have seen the Grand Canyon, but this one was a wow. Probably because when you get on the floor of this canyon, you'll find that the towering rocks that just swallow you in the full round with their grand color and beauty just create the largest impact in terms of visual scenery. It was incredible. So if you haven't seen this park, I highly recommend. And I got to thinking, what gives you that same kind of wow feeling in Japan? So I thought, there just isn't anything I can think of that has equal impact to the Zion National Park. But some of the impact you will find is, of course, with Mount Fuji, especially in the wintertime when it is snow-capped. It is one of the favorites. It's good. It's good. And another one that I personally love is to get in the middle of these bamboo forests. They're pretty wow as well. And if you want to see the most photographed item or building and natural setting in Japan, there isn't anything that's photographed more than the Kinkakuji Temple in Kyoto. And it's good. It's pretty good. But personally, if I were to pick out anything that gives me a wow, it is the traditional gardens. And it's the traditional gardens, especially with the colorful koi. They are the symbol of strength and perseverance. They live up to 50 years, and it was in the early 1800s that farmers in Japan started creating these colorful varieties called nishiki-goi. And they have emerged to be a decorative fish and become a very important element now in Japanese gardens. And if you check with the Koi Keeping Foundation, you can see that there are somewhere around 17 different varieties They come in silver, gold, spotted marble, etc. But there is two that are quite popular in Tokyo. This is the Kohaku variety on the left and the Sankei variety on the right. These koi were developed in the early 1900s in Tokyo. They're prized for their color, and they're very much the favorites. And especially the Sankei on the right with the three colors, they can get very expensive. So maybe you could start around $600, and on average, you might find they're $2,000 to $3,000 US dollars. But if you are getting into the more expensive, really colorful variety that have beautiful markings, you could pay up to 10,000 US dollars per fish. Yeah, depending on that design. It's pretty impressive, actually. And the most rare variety, which is one I have not seen yet, is called Asagi. It has this very unique indigo blue body with the red pectoral fins. I have, yes, yet to see one. I really have it on my list every time I go visit a garden with a pond to identify one. So if you do come to Japan and you're going to visit some traditional gardens, maybe just study up on the varieties, because identifying them is very fun when you see them in person. Okay, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.